Now we're all ready to eat a little something something.
Ready to get down to business?
Yeah, we've got our gorgeous space. So this is one of those recipes. It's beef tartare, by the way.
Beef tartare is like...
When you tell someone you're making that, they're
Yes.
like, whoa!
Yeah, they think like you're some culinary master.
Yes.
It's not true.
It's not?
It is the easiest dish in the world. And this is like the kind of thing that you can do in front of your guests. So you can go buy one of these little portable burners at Canadian Tire. They're like 25 bucks. Get yourself a non-stick pan, and then all of a sudden it feels like you're at a fancy restaurant and you're coming over to the table and you're setting everything up. But it's kind of the idea, you do all the mise en place and the prep in the kitchen, and then you come out and you actually spend time with your guests.
Okay, so you're actually cooking in front of them, which to me is terrifying. But it's really good if you're doing the outdoor thing because you're not going in and out and in and out, and you can actually join the party and be part of it.
So when you do that, you want to do something very simple, like a beef tartare.
Right. For me, I would do bread, but let's
bread.
go.
Well, we're doing bread. We're actually involving some bread with this.
Look at me cut up a loaf of bread, guys. Grab your own butter.
You know what? If you get expensive butter, you might be able to pull that off.
Maybe.
So, with my beef tartare, I always start off with the most expensive butter. But you know what? Plain white bread.
Okay.
Just cut lengthwise, right? And then I'm just going to give it I'm going to give it a good buttering because, you know, fat is your friend.
Sure is.
Bikini season's around the corner, but this isn't going to be so bad. This is going to be okay, right? So after the butter, all I'm going to do is add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Ready for this? Well, a little bit, maybe a little bit more.
Did you toast the bread at all?
No.
Okay, it's just plain old white bread.
Naked white bread.
Very pretty.
Very pretty. It's going to get prettier with this. Okay. So a little bit of sesame, a little bit of Parmesan.
Nice.
Just kind of pat that down.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Our pan's a little warm, and it's going in dry.
So it's almost like a grilled cheese.
Oh, it's an open-faced grilled cheese.
Open-faced grilled cheese.
Because with my beef tartare, I really want an open-faced grilled cheese.
Yeah, that's a good combo.
You give it a little bit of texture.
Okay.
So this is kind of like the bang in the dish, and then the beef tartare is going to be the body.
Okay.
So let's talk about beef tartare.
Yeah, let's. Because what cut of meat are we talking about? How do we prepare it properly? I think that it would be a little bit nerve-wracking because it's raw beef. You want to make sure that no one gets sick. That's true. So what you want to do is you don't want to get an extra old, you know how they dry age it. You don't want to use that. You basically want to get the highest quality beef you can. Yeah. So a prime is nice, and you want to get the tenderloin cut. Okay. So the tenderloin cut is famous because, well, number one, it's the only muscle on the inside of the skeleton, so it doesn't have a lot of fibers through it. It doesn't have a lot of fat, so it's really, really tender. And then basically all you're going to do is cut it up. Okay. And when I say cut it up, there's really, like everyone in the chefs are like, oh, go against the grain, but you're going to mince it up anyways. So cut it both ways, put it across your board, chop it up nice and fine, and away you go. You're mincing it. You're mincing it, and so this is what you're having. Some people like a bit of a bigger cube, some like a little smaller. I like it somewhere in between. Okay. But in order to kind of like tame the rawness of it, we're going to add a lot of pickling agencies. Right. So we've got some gherkins here. You almost want it to naturally cook-ish. Like you're putting stuff in it that's going to activate it. It's going to activate. It's going to kind of like preserve it a little bit, right? So we've got some capers, which are also pickled. Okay. Right. So what we're doing is we're adding acidity to kind of like balance the body. And flavor too. And flavor, you got it. A little bit of spicy Dijon with a little bit of mustard seed in there. Okay. Right. Yeah. Some chivage. Chivage. And then... It's an actual word. Chivage is a total word, yeah. I've got some chilies. Now, I just have a little bit of chilies because you really don't want to burn anyone's face off. This is kind of a delicate dish. That wouldn't be very nice. Right? A little bit of egg yolk. Just stick it all together. Dump that in there, stick it in, give it a bit more body. Okay. And then the most important ingredient, you know what it is? Worcestershire. You got it, you got it. Don't try to spell it. I'll have to look at the recipes. But anyways, Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Heavy on the salt. Kosher salt, heavy on the pepper, a little bit of olive oil. Always. But you're kind of doing this in front of your guests, and you're like, you know, you dress it up a little bit, go a little higher with the olive oil. Have a little sip of your drink. You're like, everyone's like, what's going on there, right? And then we're going to hit it with some lemon juice. And what the lemon juice is going to do, it's going to make it pop. Okay. It's really going to bring it out, right? Yeah. And so now you got like the crunchy textures in there. You got the acidity. You got the body with the Worcestershire. And all we're going to do is mix it up. Right? Okay. Now, you want to keep this chilled, so bring this out at the last minute. I was going to ask you about that. Like, if it is outside, are we concerned at all about food safety? Food safety is, yeah, obviously if it's 35 degrees out and it's smoking hot, you don't want to be having it out in the sun. Maybe just get another stainless steel bowl with some ice underneath it. Right. And you can kind of dress it up that way. But then what you get right here is, oh my God, you ready? It's just... That was classy. Isn't that classy back there? Is it good? Wow. He's like, of course it's good. Wow, wow, wow.
So
okay, so it's fresh, it's flavorful.
Yep. Re-seasoned. Let it sit, let it marinate for just another maybe minute as we go.
All right.
So we go back to our open-faced grilled cheese.
I forgot about you, but the
Didn't
cheese
you?
smells good.
You're not going too soon. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Right?
That's beautiful.
So
it's like you made your own flatbread.
But it's like the white bread, so it's gonna be soft, but it's gonna have that crispy, the Parmesan crisp right up. It gives it a coating. Then we go with the beef tartare. Right on top like this. Oh my stars.
How impressed are your guests, right?
You know what? I made this for dinner last night, just like mucking about, making sure my timing was right. And then I look over, and my wife is just like piling it back. And I was like, baby, I was going to take a picture of that. And she's like wiping her mouth off. And it's like, no.
It's too good.
It really is that good. And it's just like, you know, the satisfaction, like this is one of my like just favorite dishes. And so what you can do when you're out is just kind of cut this up. Yeah. Right? In portions like that. And then, you know, get your chives back, your chivage.
I have to say, one of your tips always, and I feel like you are one of the best at this, is presentation. So everything always comes on a beautiful cutting board or beautifully shaped and beautifully laid out. And that is part of the alfresco experience. It's an easy recipe, but the way you plate it and put it out there and present it is really part of it.
One of those things you can just kind of grab and you can take your own portion off the corner and you pass it to the next person.
That's right, all
and then you're like, can you pass me the tequila? And it's nice. You know, it's very giving back and forth.
Tequila shot. Beautiful. We're putting this recipe online for you. It's cityline.tv.